Hello everyone, my name is VV Arvind and I'm a first year student from MBA at IIT Kanpur. We are doing this webinar in association with Patrick 100, wherein we'll be talking about the admission process for MBA at IIT Kanpur, discuss some FAQs, share some tips on how you can ace your GD and PI, and many more. The MBA at IIT Kanpur, established in 2001, is considered one of the India's top 20 management programs. The program boasts a distinguished alumni network, including graduates working at prestigious academic institutions such as IIMs, XLRI, IITs, and companies such as McKinsey, Amazon, etc. The program includes academics, fests, and a unique capstone project that allows students to work on real business problems with corporate partners and faculty mentorship. The batch size is small and diverse, and students are encouraged to participate and win in national level case competitions. I'll now request Bhakti, Chiranjeev, and Darhas to introduce themselves.
Good evening all, myself Bhakti. I'm a first year student at MBA IIT Kanpur. I pursued my bachelor's into electronics and telecommunications, post which I worked with White Hat Junior for 2 years. My areas of specialization being marketing and analytics. I'm also the coordinator of MBA admission committee at MBA IIT Kanpur, and I'm pretty much excited to share the insights about the MBA IIT Kanpur.
Hello everyone, this is Chiranjeev and I'm a first year student from the MBA program at IIT Kanpur. I have completed my bachelor's in computer science and engineering, following which I have worked for around 2 years in the healthcare tech sector and have a good experience with big data. I also possess a keen interest in analytics specific to data visualization and marketing analytics. Currently, I am pursuing general management from IIT Kanpur and I also happen to be the alumni and corporate relations coordinator of the 2022-2024 MBA batch. Thank you.
Good evening, guys. I'm Darhas. I'm from Hyderabad. I did most of my education in Bangalore, Jabalpur, and Chennai. I did my bachelor's in civil engineering, and following that, I worked in the construction industry as a project planning engineer for 1.5 years. And following that, right now, I'm planning to specialize in finance and analytics in MBA from IIT Kanpur. And I am also the coordinator in admission committee here at MBA IIT Kanpur. And I'm really excited to have an interactive discussion with the panel.
Thanks, guys. A little about me. I have completed my graduation in electronics and communication engineering and have worked in an IT consulting company for 2 years. Currently, I am a coordinator of alumni and corporate relations committee. Now, moving forward, I'll now start with some FAQs with my esteemed panel members. So, first question to panel today. How are the opportunities after finishing MBA from IIT Kanpur?
Yeah, Arvind, I'd like to take that question. We have been performing really well in terms of placements over the last couple of years. Despite COVID and ongoing layoffs, last year we have seen a 25% increase in the averages, which clocked around 16.6 LPA. And this year we have seen another increase in the average, which stood at 18.12 LPA. And in fact, 1/3 of a senior batch has grabbed an average of 24 LPA. And we have roles being offered in all domains. For example, we have finance, marketing, consulting, and operations. And these roles were offered by big names like Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo, Barclays, EY, MasterCard, and IBM. And for analytics, we have companies like Emphasis, Tiger Analytics, and Axtria, and many others visiting us.
Thank you so much, Daras, for that insight. I mean, it's a very good opportunity after finishing MBA from IIT Kanpur. Next question, moving on. What is the role of analytics in the management domain?
Thank you, Arvind. I'd like to take that up. So in a nutshell, analytics in business makes the way for effectively gathering the data, analyzing the data, and deriving insights to solve day-to-day business problems. So thereby to increase profits and revenue in the short as well as long run. So a combination of these quantitative methods and computer-based models would make it possible for decision makers within an organization or company to evaluate these decisions under various scenarios. through the data gathered from market research, customer trends, and patterns. So essentially, if you talk about it, there are three facets to this, which is descriptive analytics, predictive analytics, and prescriptive analytics. So besides improved business operations, there are other two critical use cases. First one being customer experience. So by giving companies insights into customer interaction and past purchasing habits, analytics ensures improvements, which leads to better customer experience and eventually loyalty. And also another issue is reduced turnover. So year after year, companies have to bear an extensive cost due to hiring employees and not to mention attrition. Therefore, to save time and costs, HR professionals leverage analytics to examine what went wrong about the performance and how content employees are with the new role, and therefore improve their profits in the long run.
Rightly said, Chiranjeevi. Analytics finds itself in many different fields today. In marketing, you have it in HR as well. So yeah, it is an important field, and it finds itself a very prominent role. It plays a very prominent role in management domain. Now, my next question would be to Bhakti. What type of learning methodology is followed at IIT Kanpur?
It's one of the questions that often get asked. So thank you so much, Arvind, for giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts on this. So one might think as it is an IIT, so theory is most preferred or core technical knowledge is must over here. But let me tell you, it is not. Let me give you a glimpse of how your 2 years will be over here at IIT Kanpur. So daily, hardly 3 to 4 classes you need to attend, and in the remaining time, you will get many opportunities to practice your concepts that you have learned in those four walls, under those four walls. So for that, basically, you need to study different cases for the upcoming classes. Then there are many competitions going on. You can participate in it. Then there are lectures that are arranged by the industry experts on different topics with different domains. So you will get chance to listen to their views as well. And not only this, many organizations offers live projects, so you can enroll yourself depending upon your interest, and you get a flavor of actual corporate world. So long story short, the curriculum is not at all theory based, I would say, but more of learning based or application based. And one more thing I would like to add over here is your peers make you learn a lot, and you always feel like I don't have time to learn many skills, because there is so much to learn, even from the peers and from many sites that you get to explore over here.
Absolutely, totally agree with you, Bhakti, in this prospect. IIT Kanpur excels itself in many different domains, let it be the case competitions or even in the live projects and the capstone as mentioned. Let us move forward now. So let's come down to faculties and how exactly do they, what exactly are their experience and all. So Daras, this is my question to you. How is the faculty at MBA at IIT Kanpur? What is their alma mater and experience?
Yeah, the faculty here actually requires no introduction. We have a lot of widely recognized professors who are some of the best in the fields teaching us. And all of them have their educational backgrounds from top university, be it India or abroad. They have also top at top IIMs and Ivy League schools like Harvard. Many of them, while they're extremely talented, at the same time, they're also down to earth. They are really approachable, and usually they spend most of their time talking to students and helping them, just compared to normal class teachings. And the faculty is also very versatile. They are molding according to the students' needs, and they listen to the students' opinions.
Sounds really interesting. The faculty, it does need no introduction as they are in this IIT Kanpur. Yeah, this is a top institute, and the faculties are at most at that level. So yes, I totally agree with you in this as well, Dharan. Yeah,
I'd
Bhakti.
like to add one more thing to the as Daraz said. Yes, faculties are really approachable, and it's not the thing that you have to discuss with them only depending on the topic that they are teaching or the concepts, but anything like if you have participated in any competition, and if you approach them, they are ready to help you. They are ready to help you, whatever you have made. If you present in front of them, they'll suggest the changes, and they'll make sure that how you are actually getting over there. And the results we can see, we are if you all might know that all like many of our teams are actually winning the competitions. So it is a result of one, like this is one of the thing which is adding over here. So that's that's what my point.
Yes, yes, yes. The results are being shown right in front of us, people winning the case competitions, and that indirectly or directly is accredited to faculties because they have imbibed that knowledge through the classroom teachings and giving the assignments and other, the ways of dealing and transmitting those knowledge to us. Yes.
Yes, and as you like pointed out the assignments, I remember how Professor Fani was giving us assignments. Like whatever the questions we are proposing to him, he is actually making an assignment of out of it and giving us to do it, and that actually that was really insightful. So this is the unique way I found over here.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Now, not everything is about academics, is what many people would believe in. It's not only that you have to study 24/7. There is a life beyond academics as well. Now, let me put a question in front of panel here. Can you please describe the life of a student at MBA IIT Kanpur beyond academics?
Yeah, rightly said, Arvind. Not everything is just academics. So I'd just like to explain about the inter-IIT competitions that happen here. So there are three main inter-IIT competitions for sports, tech, and cultural events. The inter-IIT Sports Meet is the annual sports tournament of all the IITs in existence. It's usually organized in December, with the aquatics competition organized in October separately. It's also the longest running Pan IIT competition, running since 1961, and it has certainly come a long way. Just from 5 IITs in the first year to a total of 23 IITs in contention to its latest edition in 2022. Currently, the sports meet hosts 13 different sports categories with tennis, athletics, and cricket, to just name a few. The most recent edition was organized jointly by IIT Roorkee and IIT Delhi in the month of December 2022. And coming to the Tech Meet, the Inter-IIT Tech Meet is the annual tech competition organized by the IITs and qualifies as the only tech event where all the IITs participate. This event is hosted in a cycle by one of the participating institutions, and at the end of each tech meet, the next host IIT is chosen by mutual consensus. So the tech meet tries to involve students to work on real life problems pertaining to local issues and areas which require attention, but are not extensively addressed through different platforms. IIT Kanpur, in fact, would be hosting the 11th edition of Inter-IIT Tech Meet in a hybrid mode from February 2023 after 2 years of the pandemic. Coming on to the cultural meet, it's a relatively new meet and an annual gathering of teams from all IITs across India, where they compete across a wide range of cultural activities. The event is hosted in cycle by one of the participating institutions again, just like I said about the previous meet, and is organized during the month of December generally. The first edition was hosted by IIT Bombay, and who were also the eventual winners of the same. IIT Madras hosted the fifth Inter IIT Cultural Meet, in which around 3,000 students from all 23 IITs participate. And this was about the sports committees and sports competitions across IITs. I would now like to tell about the ECEL that IIT Kanpur hosts. So our ECEL organizes a variety of events throughout the year to promote entrepreneurial activities in and around the campus. It also conducts various lectures and workshops focused at budding entrepreneurs. There are several programs and events undertaken by the ECEL of IITK, with the most significant of them being the E-Summit, which is the flagship event of IIT Kanpur, with the intention to foster entrepreneurial initiatives and activities in the campus. In fact, this year's E-Summit also hosted eminent dignitaries like Ashneer Grover, BVR Mohan Reddy, and Sanjeev Rangras, to name a few. Besides E-Summit, I'd like to mention there are other noteworthy events as well, which include the periodic TEDx sessions, startup masterclass, startup internship program, and campus hangouts. And this was about the ECEL. And coming on to another very noteworthy club in IITK itself, which is also the Finance and Analytics Club. So there's a combined finance and analytics society called the Finance and Analytics Club that mainly focuses on spreading financial literacy amongst our students. And through the application of analytical tools in the areas of finance and analytics is one of the main points of focus here. So besides building an active community of students and faculty members that are passionate about finance and analytics, it also focuses on training and imparting the knowledge of finance and analytics by conducting various sessions, case competitions, and providing networking opportunities as well. And it has its flagship event called the Non-Core Weekend, which has seen many distinguished personalities as well grace the students and faculty, such as C. Rangarajan, former governor of RBI, Mukesh Kalra, founder and CEO of ET Money, and Dheeraj Nair, former head of Niti Aayog, just to name a few. And apart from that, one last thing I'd like to include is the SIDBI, which is the bio incubator facility set up at IIT Kanpur, and which is a platform to facilitate bio entrepreneurship and promote scientific imagination. And because of which IIT Kanpur has seen a successful growth in patent filings and has carried out technology commercialization as well. And I'm proud to say that as of now, SIDBI has filed over 370 patents and also facilitates the modification and upgradation of the software products developed by the faculty and students of IIT Kanpur to the industry requirements with the help of a commercial partner. Thank you.
I'd like to add to the Chiranjeev's answer. So not only the competitions, clubs, and all the technical happenings are just a part of IIT life over here, but there are many things which are just like there are many festivals that you might witness over here. I'll just name a few. The first is Udghosh, that is a sports fest. Then Tech Kirti, that is technical fest, and then there is Antaragni. It's a cultural fest. It's the time when the campus activities are just at peak, and those days are just awesome. And we have been here just for 6 months, and Udghosh has happened when we were here, so we could feel that we could feel that enthusiasm. All the campus is just alive like 24 by 7, and everyone is just cherishing those moments. Those were really nice, and we are waiting for the Antaragni and Tekkirti to happen as well. And not only this, campus celebrates many festivals like Diwali, Pongal, Ganesh Chaturthi, and then the New Year as well. And there are many such cultural fest also, like the campus do celebrate. They do have committees. So it's you don't feel you won't get bored over here. You won't miss your home. And I would say whatever whichever community you belong to, there is something over here to share. And Chiranjeev, there is a sports as well. We have two complexes which are open for the students all the time, and you can go there, and you can play any sport over there. Let it be badminton, table tennis, cricket, hockey, or even swimming, wall climbing, anything. And it's not necessary that you need to be a pro you need to be like a sports person, and then only you can continue. You can start a new journey. I myself started started with badminton after coming to IIT Kanpur, and many of us they have continued their sports. They have continued their sports over here as well. So, and there are in hostel sports facilities as well. So the campus life is happening, and it's up to you how many how much you explore over here. And if you get bored out of using all these things, then we have canteens, hotels, we have Domino's, CCDs, and so much more. There is a shopping center as well. So I think panel we can say that you're people don't come to IIT Institute but to a city in itself.
I just like to add to what Bhakti said. Yes, rightly, the new sports complex and the old one as well is a dream for anyone wanting to learn or continue their playing habits. I myself am engaged in badminton and table tennis. And yeah, once you're in there, that's a totally new world for you to explore. Yeah.
Yes, Bhakti and Chiranjeev, you guys rightly pointed out that it's a city inside a city. I mean, you get everything. The amenities are world class, and all the fests that are conducted, the recently concluded with Ghosh, and Assis Kaur visited us. So that's many different, I would say, worldwide personalities just visit IIT Kanpur, grace us with their presence, and we enjoy to the core, whether it is the fest or the competitions. Yes, our students are absolutely on top. You can just see them on number one of the list there. So yes, that's a very good point being told by Chiranjeev and Bhakti. Moving on, let's learn more about the MBA program at IIT Kanpur. Chiranjeev, I would like to ask you one more question here. How is the program at MBA IIT Kanpur different from other premium B schools in the country?
Yeah, thank you, Arvind. I'd like to take that up. So for starters, even though the course curriculum of IIT MBA program is quite similar compared to other B schools, with the first semester students mandatorily going through basic subjects pertaining to all domains of management, ranging from finance, marketing, operations, analytics, and HR. it is totally up to the students to choose their elective of choice from the second semester onwards, based on their domains of interest. The basic difference, or the first difference I'd like to say, lies between our program and that of other B schools, is that our program follows the semester-based system, which is quite uncommon in other IIMs as well. So even though it's rigorous, it's still a bit relaxing. Furthermore, it is these electives and courses within their 2-year tenure where students of MBA program and other programs such as MTech and PhD are at times part of the same course. And so the interaction that results from such a mixed bag of students, be it MBA, MTech, or sometimes PhD as well, create a valuable learning experience. Also, quite often within these electives, MBA, MTech, and at times PhD, we have to form groups and participate in case studies that further stimulate our learning curves as people come with different backgrounds and different learning curves, and it all adds up and creates a holistic experience. Another unique aspect to IITK's MBA program is the mandatory capstone project that students have to complete within their 2-year MBA journey. So as a student, we are obligated to perform our academic chores to our best efforts during this period. However, the capstone project elevates our learning capacity because the MBA students here, as this project specifically expects a student to apply his or her learnings to a real world business problem in conjunction with the student and industry professionals within a company or an organization. So it also enables the companies to benefit from the insights and solutions provided by the students of IIT while working on the capstone project. And the engagement from this project may be an extension of an internship program or an independent life project. And the project runs simultaneously to the curriculum and creates an environment that engages and motivates the student to learn as more as they can create something vibrant and meaningful because they have chosen their area of interest and put their personal touch on it. That's what matters the most. So in summary, I'd like to say that the course structure, the amalgamation of students, like I previously said, in MBA, MTech, and PhD as well, and in various competitions and the projects such as Capstone, make this program a full package which prepares the students to tackle real world problems by giving them a proper understanding of how the business world and the market works, and on strategies to penetrate the market from a data driven industrial perspective.
Yes, with respect to capstone, that gives us the real-time experience, that hands-on experience that we might get before jumping on to the real-world problems that the companies might give us in final placements, as well as in the summers. Is really, it explains it about how to prepare ourselves for the upcoming world problems that are going to occur. Upcoming problems that might come from the company's side. How to solve it. Yeah, that's a good initiative taken.
And
I'm complete. Yeah. Yes,
yeah,
Bhakti.
so one more point I would like to add over here, like if you see the length of the project, it's long over here, so that it's a great thing that you get to work with with a particular company for such a long duration. So in this thing, like you get to know many insights about a company even before joining any organization. So I think that's very key factor that is unique to the IIT Kanpur. Darhas, would you like to add few?
Yeah, definitely. For example, I would like to talk about one of our classes. For example, some of us are there in the macroeconomics class. We have a diverse set of people. We have people from BTech computer science engineering. We have people from MTech production engineering. We have people from BTech physics. It is a very diverse experience, and the classroom discussions, they are really proactive, and they bring out a lot of new points that we would not be normally putting forward. Yeah, I think this diverse experience was really helpful for me in identifying what were my strengths and what were my weaknesses. Yeah, that is what I would like to say. Yeah.
I'd just like to add one small point that since we all know we're in an IIT, and just like how Adaras also mentioned, and I mentioned at the beginning that in our class, there are not just MBA students attending our class, it's also MTech and PhD. And since it's an IIT, there are many other clubs like the Finance and Analytics Club I mentioned. So it's a confluence of many students from many departments and from many other parts of India. So it's a constant learning process. It never ends. So you can get a certain piece of knowledge from one particular club, and then you can get from the classroom itself, and then apply it to many other applications, such as in the capstone project. So in a nutshell, as MBA students, we are not just involved in classroom courses and as part of the placement process. The capstone project gives us an extra edge to alleviate our understanding of what actually happens in the industry. And I think it's a great, great learning experience as well. Yeah.
And on to that as well. Throughout the year, we also get opportunities for live projects. On top of it, the capstone and the live project, which will prepare us for the summers that are going to come forward for us in the May,
Absolutely.
June, and July month. These all in together, when amalgamated, will give us a very good experience. And I'm pretty much sure after a couple of years or after the next year, we'll be ready for the companies that are coming and picking us up.
True.
Now let me move on to the admission process. Now let's stir the boat towards the admission process. Let me ask you one question here, Daraz. We all have experienced, and in fact, you all have experienced the GD and PI process. How to navigate through that GDPI, and what are your tips to crack it?
Okay, yeah, I have been through GDPI myself. I have some experience with it, some good, some bad. And coming to the group discussion part, it basically has three components. One is your knowledge, second one is your communication skills, and third one is your ability to work with the team. And for knowledge, I would simply suggest you to be updated on the current trends, both in your domain and in the current business trends. And for the communication skills and your ability to work with the team, there is a simple answer for this. You just need to give as many mocks as possible, and that is the best way to go. And that would be the most efficient way to prepare for these both skills. And coming to the personal interview part, to be successful in this round, no doubt you have to be well prepared for the volley of oncoming questions, because we know the B school interviews have never been easy. Most of the questions in this category are not exactly difficult. They are mostly made up of generic questions, but your approach to the questions and your wit plays a major role in how you tackle the questions and ultimately help you crack the interview. And coming to some of the tips to crack the interview process, firstly, WorkX or no WorkX, you need to brush up on your past academics. It is almost a must. You need to know everything about yourself and everything that you put in your resume. For example, the past work experience, or some of the projects that you have done, or maybe the city you're from. All these things, you need to know anything and everything which is related to you. And you need to be clear with your goals. What have you done in the past? Why have you done it? And what are you planning to do in the future? And why are you planning to do that? And another general questions, like for example, guesstimates or extempos, you need to be prepared for that. And if you keep in mind these things, I'm sure you can tackle the interviews like a breeze.
Thank you so much, Daraz, for those. Bhakti.
Yeah, so as he pointed out, that you need to be good with your technicals as well as non-technical skills. And I'd like to add one thing over here. It's fine if you don't know any technical terminology or any technical concept, and you can totally say, sorry, I don't know the answer, and I'll be work on it or anything else. But if there is a question like tell me if there is a question specific to your life, like what is your greatest achievement or what is your greatest failure or learning and these things, so make sure over here you cannot say this, that I don't know, then that's a big trouble. So think on such questions, think about, because they are just on your life, and so think on such questions and be prepared for it. And the last thing I would like to say is, don't bluff over here, because the panel sitting on the other side, they're very much experienced than you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bhakti and Daraz, for those enlightening words. And I'm sure aspirants would be looking at this and they would have got a good insight of how to, approach the GD and PI process. Let us move on. In every college, there are a good chunk of freshers. In our college, there are freshers as well. Now, as a fresher, this question might pop out. And we actually receive a lot of queries regarding work experience and CAT scores. So what do you think is an ideal work experience on an ideal CAT score?
According to me, whatever the eligibility criteria we have specified, that I won't say that is ideal, but that is bare minimum that is required. That is 85 percentile. And for coming back to the work experience, for this, to answer this question, I'd like to share the composite score weightage for this year that we have set up. In that, basically 20% weightage goes to the CAT 2022 score. Then academic background has good 20% of weightage that comprise your 10th and 12th. Then in the work experience has 10% weightage, and group discussion has 20%, while the personal interview has 30% weightage. So if you see, there is 10% weightage for the work experience. If you have it, you can leverage it. But if you don't have it, then you still have 90% of the section on your hand, and on which you can excel, right? And it's not just for having work ex or not. If you score a decent score in the CAT, and though you have work experience, then if that is your area of like where you didn't perform well, don't worry. I would like to tell you one thing over here, that there are 50% marks are still in your hand, and you can really prepare well on that, and one might get S, and one might can change the decision with that 50%. So over here the chance is equal for all, so no need to worry. Prepare well, and all the very best.
Thank you so much, Bhakti. And that does clarify a lot of doubts regarding the composite scores and the overall composition of what exactly constitutes what. And according to the decided factors, the GDPI constitutes around 50%. So I would want to urge all the aspirants who are applying for MBA at IIT Kanpur, guys, just prepare well for your GD and PI, ace it well. You still have good amount of time left. Just prepare onto the topics that are current affairs and technicals. So all these does have a good amount of weightage, and if you just go through it and try to impress the panel, try to impart your knowledge, that will be really, really helpful for everyone. And we all hope to see you soon at the IIT campus, guys. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you panelists for raising this. And yeah, this does answer a lot of questions of every aspirant who is trying to apply to this IIT Kanpur.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, all. All the best, guys.
Hope to see you in IIT soon.